Hello and welcome to a LEGO Stars review, set 75097. I did also review on 75056 for the previous year of LEGO Stars Advent Calendar. This is this year's 2015. Belated Merry Christmas if you didn't see my Facebook post or whatever. So Christmas is over and I'm going to go through the entire box Advent Calendar because to be honest, a lot of YouTubers do the Advent Calendar thing where they open one of each day and it's just a bit, and then do a conclusion video at the end. I'm just like, come on guys, just I just don't want to watch them until the end. I just binge watch them anyway. So yeah, here it is, this year's. This was 258 Hong Kong dollars, so because big Disney logo now on these things. So yeah, so open this flap up, you can see a lot of these different numbers. The way these Advent Calendar boxes work is that you can actually reseal these. Hooray, very well done LEGO, you actually have a flap there. But if you do play it like you should, and normally they don't open all these, then even resealing the box isn't too good because things will fall out anyway. But the way the box design is, you got these random numbers everywhere, so you're not quite sure which one to open. And at the bottom of the box you have some kind of display place to display all the toys that you open until you chuck the box away eventually, because it's a complete mess. Another thing about the box that's different to the other ones is that the stickers on these are quite easily peelable, and you have to peel the sticker to open this flap as well. And one more thing about this Advent Calendar is it pretty much tells you exactly, pretty much almost all the stuff you get in the box. So there's not too much of a surprise going on. Oopsies. And it's a shame to chuck this box away because the box is actually pretty nice the way they printed it. All the figurines have a shiny texture and a little bump up, whereas the space background is like a little textured paper going on. So, oh well. Inside it, everything's in this sort of little plastic tray going on. And this tray is actually pretty tough. It's not soft as plastic tray, so you can actually reuse that tray if you want to. So, let's go through each in order, 1 to 24, and see which ones are good, which ones aren't. And yeah, I'll say how I feel about this set and then compare it to the set from the previous year. First is a micro kit of Jabba's Sail Barge, which is in a way it's good because instantly recognizable and tell what it is. But it's a bit of a boring build, not too much going on. Hopefully, not every day micro kits are going to be like this, because yeah, it's okay, just a bit boring. Number 2 is the Sarlacc pit, and nothing quite explains Christmas like being digested alive. There's also a few transparent pieces on the side there for some reason, and I'm going to assume it's for plugging in the sail barge there. So there it is. Just get the sail barge and stick it there, and there you go. You have a kind of mini set. I mean, so this one's boring on its own, but it's kind of cool when you combine it with this one. You have like a little scenery piece, and I think that works out better than just this on its own. So that's good. So that's how LEGO Edge should be anyway. You get two sets and you put them together, you make something even better than before. Number 3 is a tank. I'm not quite sure what it's meant to be. It just looks like a kind of tank. Is it TIE tank? No, that's not what TIE tanks looks like. So it's not a rebel tank. So is it a droid? Is it like an explosive droid because it's remote controlled and just goes over and blows something up? I have no idea what this is supposed to be. So alright, that kind of sucks. At least the next one doesn't suck because it's a Jawa. Houdini! Back print, front print. I don't have any Jawas yet. In fact, 2016 winter sets, I do finally intend to get up the Droid Escape Pack. The Escape Pod, C-3PO, and R2-D2. And this time comes with a few Jawas. Previous years came with like Sand Troopers and stuff. I never picked it up. I always liked it, like the look of it, but I just never picked it up. And I think this year I'm finally going to pick up a version of the Droid Escape set. And now I have an extra Jawa to go with it. Hooray! More Jawas. The Jawa actually reminds me, that other one was one of those little droids in the background in the Sandcrawler. Oh, now I remember it. That was a bit hard to recognize. But speaking of Sandcrawler, you got a micro Sandcrawler kit. And they use a selection of different colored bricks to give it the rough look. It doesn't look quite good on the side, it just doesn't look quite right. But I mean, the shape is Sandcrawler, but in order to get this colored look, you got these huge color variations there that don't blend in too well. So that's not too good. The wheels, they've done a good job in recreating, and they've got the lights on the front, but yeah, not a really good Sandcrawler. So number 6 is a sort of bow and arrow and weapons pack. You can see where this is going. Obviously it's going to be some sort of Ewok thing. I guess is this like a drum or something, or just a tree stump? So it's okay, I guess. I'm not really sure what the stick is meant to be, a torch or something. I'm not sure what that's supposed to be. And then we move on to number 7, which is a super micro kit of a Ewok village. You've got the plate up there with the trees, extra stud there, a little stud, transparent orange for the bonfire. So you got the whole Ewok thing going on. Speaking of Ewoks, number 8 is an Ewok. I'm not quite sure which Ewok this is. It could be any Ewok. On my Endor attack set from when Star Wars figures were still yellow skinned, I did a review on that set. I had a catapult and a Ewok catapult and an Ewok glider, as well as a scout trooper on the bike, and I lost one of the Ewoks from that set. So now I have an Ewok to place back on the glider. Hooray! And yeah, this Ewok is pretty much the same mold as the original ones, but it's super painted, unlike the old ones. It actually has full features now, so that's good. It's nice to have an Ewok. Not exactly Christmassy, but it is a teddy bear. Speaking of catapults, we have a tiny stone catapult here, carrying on with the Endor thing. So that's pretty cool. All of these collections of stuff is a minifigure surrounded by different things from his world. So that's pretty cool. Because the catapult does work. You have 3 of these little cannon bits. So yeah, this will definitely fit with any of the mini Endor sets that I already have, or if you have one of the big Endor sets, it'll definitely fit in. 10 is a stormtrooper. He has a generic face inside, single-headed face, single-faced head, I mean. And yeah, it's just a filler, it's a standard stormtrooper. It does have printed lace and stuff, so it's like the newer version of stormtrooper with these tiny chests there. It looks kind of weird. But you can never have too many stormtroopers to go on my Death Star. And next one after that, day 11, is a Star Destroyer, which kind of looks like a Star Destroyer. It's like, I don't like the top there too much. It's a bit flat. It's flatter now. It can't be one of the coolest Star Destroyers from the other films, I guess. And after that is a sort of a Stormtrooper sort of gear pack, which again can fit on my Death Star, so I'll definitely do that. Just stick that on there. Again, you got things that fit with the minifigures. Number 13 is Assassin Droid. Yay, Christmas! Assassin Droids and stuff. And not really sure how the rest of it fits, but you got the theme thing going on, but the theme doesn't go on with this one, because that's a micro Millennium Falcon for number 14, definitely recognizable because of the shape mostly, and it was actually pretty nice building. So it's quite complex on the underneath, just covered up for the most part on the top. And number 15, you have a laser turret on a rotating stand. Again, not quite sure how this one fits in the theme, but it actually looks more like a kryptonite cannon for Batman v Superman when that comes along. And then number 16, we have an A-Wing fighter. Again, not quite sure how that fits with the whole theme and stuff, but again, this A-Wing fighter is actually a pretty complex build for its size, and so that's pretty good. Number 19 is a Rebel soldier in snow outfit. Last year we got a Imperial Snowtrooper, so that's cool. Take off his helmet, no back head print, but it does have back torso print if you take off the gear there. That's pretty awesome. Again, I do like the the Echo base sets. I just never got around to getting them because they're always a bit too big. So if I do have one of those sets, I'm going to be quite pleased to add this figure as well as 2 of the figures from last year to go into that set. I think it'll look pretty cool. And then number 20, now this one has that theme thing going again, because 20 is a Imperial Probe droid, which we've seen in Empire Strikes Back. It's obviously a bit smaller in scale. Again, it's not micro scale, but it is mini scale at least. And speaking of micro scales, day 18 is a AT-AT, all-terrain assault transport. I know that because Star Wars. Bleh. That's kind of cool. 18 is that, and then 19 carries on with the theme with the ion cannon. It's actually in a giant bowl, and this whole thing is rotatable. That's cool. It feels very smooth and very nice. So got these 2 bits going on. With that, 20, that was 21. So yeah, again, you got the theme thing going on again. So that's pretty cool. And 21 to carry on with the Echo-based theme is this little gun turret thing that the minifigure can stand there and control it, and hopefully shoot down the wall, because in your dreams, Rebel Soldier, you lost pretty badly. Number 22 is R2D2 with reindeer horns. It's just R2D2. The head print's pretty nice and goes all the way around very smoothly. No misprints there really. And it's got a silver plastic shine going on, which is a bit different from the R2D2 from my Death Star. But so yeah, but Sai, it's not really that special. 23, we have a sleigh with two lightsabers as the connecting thing, I guess. So you're supposed to put him like that, and he's like, oh no, I'm really putting that along. La 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 la. R2D2 does come with extra reindeer horns in the back. And finally, number 24 is a Santa 3PO, which again is also quite disappointing because if I just get his head off. Notice it's just a standard 3PO legs on a standard Santa body, really. Nothing on the Santa body shows you anything unique that it's actually C3PO. So there's no unique bits in this set. The 3PO head has painted yellow eyes, unlike the old one that I have. So again, it's nice to have a variation, I guess, just for that. But it's not like I'm going to use this. I don't have a spare 3PO body to put him anywhere. So now we've got just a sort of generic 3PO with a Christmas body, and that's quite disappointing, actually. So there you go, just a quick look at all the spare pieces. Almost all of these little builds have studs in them, so there's a lot of spare studs. There's spare Santa beard, spare goggles for the Rebel helm, hat, and a spare lightsaber hilt, and spare reindeer horns. So there's all of that going on, and just like the previous year, the tray is also pretty solid. It's the exact same tray, to be honest, so pretty solid. Now, the good and the bad of this set. The good is I do like the mini themes that carry on. You know, so you got the 3PO and R2D2 with the sleigh. You got the whole Tatooine theme with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 sets to go along. 4 for the moon of Endor, and you got a few Imperial stuff there. And this one didn't make too much sense as a thing, so these are sort of like just random extras, I guess. And finally a Echo base, so Planet Hoth theme. So I do really like the themes. I didn't like the micro kits too much overall, but by having a theme to it, I can see a mini display going on. I can have a minifigure with display bits on the back, and in that sense, the micro kits have a bit more value to them, in my opinion. They're set pieces for the minifigure that you get. Now, the minifigures that you get, they're all generic. There's nothing special in the minifigures in this set at all. I mean, yes, it's nice to have an extra Snow Rebel soldier, it's nice to have an extra Stormtrooper, Assassin Droid, Ewok, Jawa, etc, etc, but there's nothing special in any of these figures, and even, and none of them are even that rare or hard to get. Like, I mean, it's any Endor, Moon of Endor, so there's an Ewok. Stormtroopers are all over the place. Rebel soldiers aren't that hard to get. Nothing's hard to get here. The only thing that's slightly unique is the C3PO, but that's just his head and legs plugged into a Santa body. So, and that's a huge disappointment. As for the micro kits themselves, of the added value of being a display piece for each scenario, they do look okay for the most part. I do like how some of them combine to make bigger set pieces, like the Tatooine one. But, you know, still pretty boring overall, but at least a bit more colourful this time. You got white, brown, and sand, and grey, so that's quite a lot. So, compared to last year, the micro kits here are better by default because they combine with the minifigures. Last year, all the micro kits were a bit random. You had a TIE fighter, a droid ship, a speeder bike, some random Tatooine stuff. I guess I can combine last year's Tatooine stuff to the Jawa. So that's something. And I can put the TIE fighter here for Imperial stuff. Can add a few more snow stuff to Echo Base. Let's turn here. Oh, okay, so I can use this turn because it's like a Snowtrooper turn. And from last year, I think that's it really. Maybe a speeder bike there as well. So I can combine some of the stuff from last year, so that's kind of cool, I guess. But from last year, we had the Snowtrooper, so that's equivalent of the Rebel Trooper there. We had Imperial Pilots, that's equivalent to the Stormtrooper this year. We had Assassin Droid this year, so it's equivalent to the Super Battle Droid. We have Luke, a special character, so that's nice to have. We have a Rebel Pilot, that's pretty nice to have as well, but a bit generic. We had the Clone Trooper, which is also generic, but see, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 minifigures from this year. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah, 7. And from last year at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, a special figure, 8, a really special figure, and 9, a really special figure. So 2014's calendar had more figures, and the figures are actually very special and unique, whereas the ones from this year, it's just lacking. Well, screw you, Mickey Mouse, you ruined the Star Wars Advent calendar. You should be ashamed of yourself. So yeah, in conclusion, this year's Advent calendar is not necessary at all. While it's still a pretty fun thing to build, has some neat little ideas of the combination of scenarios. It's just not a good set overall, and I can't really recommend it because there isn't even anything unique in it. If you're just looking purely for fun, and the little builds are pretty nice, but yeah, I wouldn't go out and hunt this down if I were you. And just remembering the previous one, there was a Santa Django with a flesh-colored Kid Boba, which was pretty unique because only Kid Boba is yellow skin, so it's a good set to have for a replacement, and also not bloody expensive like the original Episode 2 Slave 1. And I remember from other ones there was a Santa Maul, which isn't too special either, but you know, hey, it's a Darth Maul, I guess, and people like Darth Maul, so. Santa Yoda was pretty special as well from the previous year, so yeah, this year is probably the worst one. But this Santa Vader and all these extra figures make the last year one probably the best, I think, from memory, from the other sets that I don't have. Phew. If you found this video useful, I guess, please click the like button, subscribe button, and also leave a comment below on how you feel about these Advent calendar sets, Star Wars or not Star Wars. And if you want to support this channel, do check out my other LEGO review videos on official and bootleg LEGO sets. See how good or crappy the bootleg ones are, how silly they are. And if you want to support this channel even further, please consider watching it without ad block or heading over to the Patreon page and giving me support there so I can do more videos more often for you guys. But most importantly, take care, have a nice day, stay warm out there if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, and protect the koalas in the Southern Hemisphere. And of course, may the Force be with you.